Ratnagajjar, Assistant Professor at ICT Department of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to the first lecture of Unit 3. Till now, we have completed Unit 1, 2 and 4 of our syllabus. Now, we will start with the another unit that is about a managing software project. Okay, so what do you mean by managing software project? So once you have done with requirement gathering from any customer, then as a project manager, you have to manage all the project. So in this unit, we will learn about various project management techniques. Okay, so we will learn about W5HH Principle, that is about what, when, where, then how and so on. So what are some questions that asked during the project management? Then 4 P's. So who is responsible and who is important part of any project? There is mentioned in 4 P's project management concept. Then we will also learn about the project management concept, in which we will learn about what is the importance of project, what is the risk analysis, how to track any project, how to schedule, how to plan. Okay, so in this unit we will learn about the various project management concept. Okay, then we will also learn about software metrics. Okay, so in metrics we will learn about various 3 metrics, that is process, product and project metrics. Then what is the actual software project estimation? Okay, if customer give you some requirement, but after that requirement, what are the feasible requirement that you have calculated, but what is the overall cost for building that particular software? So the total project estimation is also we will learn in this unit. Then software project planning. In this topic, we will cover MS Project Tool software. Okay, so this is a kind of software who will help you to plan your project. Like we have learned in a very first unit that SDLC, that is Software Development Life Cycle. Okay, so there are various phases, like starting from a requirement gathering, then followed by a design, okay, then coding, then implementation, then testing, maintenance, etc. Okay, so as a project manager, you have to plan whole the project to particular given milestone and deadline. Okay, so using by this tool, MS Project Tool, that is developed by a Microsoft team. Okay, so it is similar to the MS Word and MS Excel. It will definitely help you to plan your project according to the deadline. Then we will also learn about the project scheduling and tracking. Okay, so now which activity is going to be done after which activity? Okay, so various activities are established and defined. Okay, so whole the project is divided into team members and schedule will give to that particular team member by the project manager, and project manager is responsible for tracking all the activities. Okay, so which team is working on a which topic or which module, that will be tracked by a project manager. So we will also learn about project scheduling and tracking, and the very most important topic, that is a risk analysis and management. Okay, so we all know that every project built with a risk. Okay, so each and everything must contain a risk. So here in this topic we will cover about risk identification, how to identify risk, then risk projection, okay, then risk refinement and risk mitigation. So that is about a risk, how to identify, how to solve that particular risk. Okay, so this we learn in this particular unit. So in today's lecture, we will start with the first 2 topics, that is W5HH Principle and 4 P's of project management. So let's start with the first topic, that is W5HH Principle. Okay, so you all have one question, that what is this W5HH? Okay, so a very famous American software engineer, Barry Bohan, suggested an approach for addressing project objectives, deciding milestone and schedules, then roles and responsibilities, then project management, technical approaches and required resources by W5HH Principle. Okay, that means if you are working on any project, then you should follow some approaches, like what is the project objective, what are the benefits, then what is the given milestone or particular deadline, then how you will schedule whole project, then who is participants in this project, like who is your designer, who is going to implement this. Okay, so roles and responsibility of particular project, then project management, how your whole project is going to be managed, and technical approach, who is technical team, and after delivery how your project will maintain. Okay, so whole project related activity is considered in a W5HH principle. So W5HH principle is nothing but the series of question. Okay, so it is a simple series of question in the form of why, what, when, where, who, and how, and so on. Okay, so here W5 means why, what, when, where, and who, and H is for how. Okay, so if you are able to answer this question, then you can easily manage your software project. Okay, so let's understand about W5HH principle in a brief. So very first question is, W is for why. Okay, so why is the system being developed? Why you are developing that particular software? Okay, so this is the main thing. This is not like that, like any customer give you some requirement and for that purpose only you are developing that particular software. Okay, so you have a purpose, you have a scope and objective of that particular software. So why is the system being developed? If you are giving this answer like it enable all parties to access the validity of business reason for the software work. Even it is stated in another way, like it does the business purpose justify the expenditure of people, time, and money. Okay, so here why you are developing this particular software or any project, that will discuss in first W. Okay, so why you are developing, who is going to use it. Okay, so by defining this question only, that why is the system being developed, you are able to recognize what are the objective, scope, and what the customer actually needs. Then second W is for what will be done. Okay, now why you are doing this, that you know, but what are you going to done in that particular project, that is the another question. Okay, so what will be done? So the answer to this question help the team to establish a project schedule by identifying key project tasks and the milestones that are required by the customer. Okay, so what will be done? Now you are going to do what thing in your particular project. So what you are doing, you are dividing the project into number of modules. Okay, so now you are defining various activity for that particular module. Like if I am going to develop any e-commerce website, then a first activity should be like registration yourself first. Okay, then after login, then you can check off any of the category like electronics, like fashion or any grocery. Okay, and then add to cart, you are buying, you are done the payment details, you are inserting your address, okay, delivery address, and then your order is dispatched. Okay, so these are some activities for any e-commerce website. So what will be done in this question, you are able to identify what are the tasks you are going to take in your project. Okay, and you are also identify the milestone. Okay, if any customer inform you that I need this project within 6 months. Okay, so if you are a project manager, then you will define a deadline. Okay, so deadlines are like designing will be done by nearly 1 month, then implementation for 2 months, then testing for 1 month. Okay, so this is the kind of milestone or deadline you are fixing for your software project. Okay, so what will be done, that is the question. Then next question is, when will it be accomplished? Okay, so you are now defining a project schedule. Okay, now when your project is going to complete, that will define in this question. Okay, so now you have done with the various activity and customer also give you some deadline. Now you are scheduling your activities into particular given time. Okay, so first thing is requirement gathering. Customer gives you requirement, but all the requirements are not feasible technically. Okay, so you are filter outing. Okay, as a project manager, then if any suggestion is there, then you can add any another requirement. Okay, so this takes some time. So first you are requirement gathering and analysis of that particular requirement. Okay, then after you are going to design. Okay, so you are giving all the tasks to the different teams as a project manager. Okay, so project manager will do that when it will be accomplished. So he or she will design a particular schedule that in this amount of time you have to complete this particular task. So this is about when will it be accomplished. Then next question is like, who is responsible? Now project requirements are already gathered. Now who is going to develop which thing? That is the roles and responsibility. Okay, so roles and responsibility of each team member of particular project are defined by using this question. Okay, so if during your project development, if you are go through this W5HH principle, then you can easily recognize what is going to be happen, then who is your team member, when it can be accomplished. Okay, so this kind of question you can easily answer. Okay, so who is responsible means who is going to develop that software, who is going to design the GUI part. Okay, then who is going to testing it and who is going to maintain it. Okay, so these are some roles and responsibility of each team member that will define for particular project. Then next W is for where are they organizationally located. Okay, here now not only the team members but not all roles and responsibility reside within the software team itself, but the customer, the user and the other stakeholder also have some responsibility. Okay, if I am a customer, I will give you my requirements that not done. Okay, I have to monitor my software regularly. Okay, so what is going to happen, what is going on, what is the actual progress, okay, for that particular software, that I have to also manage. Even if I am an investor, then I have to be knowledge about that, what is the currently progress of that particular project, is it a beneficiary project for me. Okay, so here not only the software particular team, but here customer, users and stakeholder also involved in the particular software project development. Okay, so this is about the W5, means who, where, when, why and what. Now next double H for how. So first H for how will the job be done technically and managerially. Okay, so management and technical strategy must be defined here. Okay, so who is going to technically handle this and who is going to handle it managerially, that will define for particular project. Okay, and the last H is for how much of each resource needed. Okay, so if you are going to develop any of the software, you need some resources like any hardware requirement, any software or any person requirement. Okay, so by giving a answer, earlier question answer, you are able to recognize what your system actually required. Okay, so resources that need for our software development, that will be defined in this particular H. Okay, so this is all about a W5HH project management. Okay, so let's summarize it. Why is the system being developed, why you are developing it, then what will be done, so what you are going to be done, so how your system is built, that will define, then when will it be accomplished, so when you are going to finish it, then who is responsible for that particular project, then where are they organizationally located and how will the job be done, either technically or managerially or by the both sides, and how much of each resource needed for particular software project development. Okay, so this is about the W5HH of project management. Now let's move to the next topic, that is about the 4 P's of project management. So 4 P's are about people, product, process and project. Okay, so what is people? So people are the most important element of a successful project. If you are done with W5HH of Barry Boehm approach, then you can easily able to recognize what are the main things that you have to define in any project management. So these things are like, who are the people, what you are processing, so process, then what is the actual product, that is product, and project itself. So let's understand about the people. So people means the most important element of a successful project, that is a people. So this is the primary resource that we need for any project development. Okay, and it also play a important role to first step to success of the project. Okay, so people are very important. If you are able to manage your team in a well form, okay, so it leads to the greater success of your project. So people can anyone. Okay, so like stakeholder, then team leader, then software team, then agile team. Okay, so stakeholder means who is your developer, who is the senior manager. Okay, so you can define a stakeholder. Then team leaders, so project manager, then senior project manager. Okay, so who is project leader, all the things are defined. Then software team, you can identify a software team by three purpose: chief programmer team, democratic team, and a mixed team. Okay, so chief programmer team is like there is a senior manager or a project manager and followed by a multiple software engineer. Okay, so software engineer will report a project manager, that is a chief programmer team. Then next is a democratic team. So democratic team is like a mesh topology. So each and every person in a project will coordinate with each other for any of the help. Okay, so here project manager role is very important. Okay, he or she is able to identify he or she is responsible for whole the project. Okay, so which activity is given to which person. Okay, and if he or she need any help, then as a project manager you need to motivate them, you need to help them, okay, in every problem. Okay, so here democratic team is like any of the person of team member then coordinate with each other, they can communicate with each other. Okay, so there is no any reporting task. Okay, so all are at a equal position. And the next is a mixed team. Mixed team means you are using a tree like approaches, like there is a project manager, then there is a software engineer, and there is a another person. Okay, so for an example, there is a head of the department, then faculty, and the student. Okay, so if you have any query, you will definitely go to your mentor and mentor will update the HOD. So this is a kind of mix. You can coordinate with each other. Okay, so student can coordinate like that. Software engineer can coordinate with each other. Okay, so this is about the software team. And agile team. Agile team means highly motivated and skilled person. Okay, so who is the skilled person? Okay, so if you require any Python developer, then you need a skill of Python in that particular team member. Okay, so agile team is highly motivated and a perfect skill knowledge team. So this is about a people. Now next is a product. So second P is for a product. Product means the software to be built. The software that you are developing, that is the final product. Okay, so here not only the task is complete after developing any software, but there are two tasks: before developing a product and after deliver to the product to the market or any user. Okay, so product means the software that you are building. So it have a objective and cost. It also have a cost estimation. Okay, so what is the total overall cost for developing that particular product? The risk estimation. Okay, so what kind of risk that you have to take? Okay, so you have to mitigate them. Okay, then project schedule. So how you will schedule the whole the product activity, and alternative solution. So if any of the module have any risk, then you should have an alternative solution. So this is about the product. So the project manager define a scope to accomplish the outcome. Okay, so here all the project related activities are going to be placed. Okay, so here project manager will define the objective and scope of the product. He or she will define a cost, total overall cost, then identify the risk, then project scheduling and alternative solution. So this is about a product. Then the third P is about a process. Process is also very important. Process is the set of framework activities and software engineering tasks to get the job done. Okay, so project manager and team have some methodology, like some plan to develop that particular software. Okay, so plans are like you have to first requirement gathering, then you are defining framework activities, then umbrella activities, then quality assurance and software management. Okay, so for all this you have to define a process. Okay, so if you are not mentioning or not clearing the process of that particular software development, then team member do not know about what to do and how to do. Okay, so as a project manager you have to define some methodology like a process that similar to the DFT diagram, like which activity is going to happen after which activity. So you are processing it. Okay, so this is about the third P, that is a process. And the fourth P is about the project itself. Okay, so all work required to make the product a reality. Okay, so now you are developing any software and you are delivering it. Okay, so here you have to start with the right path, then you have to maintain momentum, then you have to track progress about it. So what is the actual progress of your software development, like it is in a designing phase or in a implementation or in a testing phase. And as a project manager you have to take a smart decision. So this is about the fourth P, that is a project itself. So here important role of project management will play. Okay, so project manager have to guide their team, have to motivate their team, okay, to accomplish the customer requirement. So this is all about the 4 P's of project management. Okay, so that's all for the today's lecture. What we have learned in today's lecture? We have completed about a W5HH project management concept and a 4 P's of project management concept. W5HH means who, where, when, what, when, and H is for how. And 4 P's are like process, product, project and people. Okay, so that's all for the today's lecture. Thank you.